As families get ready for a new school year, they're checking off school supply lists, planning schedules, and preparing for busy routines. But experts say one of the most important back-to-school conversations isn't about homework, it's about safety. Joining us today is Beverly Hutchison, Executive Director of the Norton Child Advocacy Center, to share practical ways parents and caregivers can help keep children safe. Beverly, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Glad to be here.
Of course. So I just want to jump right on in. Why is it so important, not only for us to talk about the academics and all of the things that come with back to school, but to talk about safety?
Yeah, back to school is a great time to sort of use as that kickoff to having these conversations. We want to make sure that we as caregivers, adults, do all we can to prevent abuse from happening to our children.
Sure.
And so this is a really good time. You get that school list, you're going to go out, you're going to buy all the school supplies. When you get that school list, think about your own checklist. The things that you need those conversations you need to be having with your children to prepare them to go back to school.
Definitely, and I want to talk about that conversation aspect. How do parents keep an open line of communication and have those conversations?
Yeah. Communication really is the key. To so much of prevention. And it's teaching your child that they can come to you with any topic and you're going to be non-judgmental, you're going to be open, you're going to ask open-ended questions, and it can really start as easy as a few minutes each day asking them open-ended questions about their day. How was your day? What did you do? To give them those prompts where they may be comfortable telling you that thing that wasn't so good that happened that day.
Yeah.
Because they need you to be that safe spot.
Gotcha. And now you talk about body boundaries. What should those conversations look like? They're probably difficult conversations to have, but how should parents approach that?
Yeah, I think they're difficult for the adults.
Yeah, it's probably more difficult for the adults.
Kids are great. You can start as early as 2 when children are learning a language.
Wow.
They're learning this is their elbow, this is their nose. We'll teach them the body parts for the proper names for their private parts.
Yes.
Then you can have conversations about that those are private parts and other parts are not. And that conversation grows as your children age. You want to continue those developmentally appropriate conversations throughout their childhood till they go to college, even when they go to college.
Yes, so if something does happen, they're able to speak up.
Right.
Even at a young age.
Yes.
Gotcha. Now, child's protection isn't just about a parent's responsibility. Who else plays an important role in helping keeping children safe?
Yeah, we're getting ready to go back to school. The schools, the administration, the teachers, the guidance counselors are all really important in our children's lives as a protection layer. They know how to see signs of abuse. They know how to respond. They too are a safe place for our children.
Definitely. Now, if a child were to disclose abuse, what should a parent or a teacher or a staff member do?
Your job really is to let that child share whatever information they're willing to affirm their experience, to identify any rules that were broken. If your family has these body boundary rules, you can actually say, well, when that happened, that broke one of our rules.
Yeah.
Your job is not to find out all the details.
Yes.
That's for the professionals. And if you have a concern that somebody has been inappropriate with your child, if abuse has occurred, then you want to make sure that you make an appropriate report so that your child can receive all that our community has to help them go through this trauma. And if you don't know how to make that report, that's where a phone call to Norton Child Advocacy Center might help. We're there to support caregivers to make sure that they feel supported in a very difficult time.
I gotcha.
But your job as a parent is not to find out all the details. Your job is to be that safe harbor for your child.
And what would be some signs that a child could be showing to a parent that would make you worried?
Yeah, the challenge really is very often we don't have a sign until the child discloses, till they say something.
Yeah.
There are some behavior changes that parents might notice and be curious about. If you have a toddler who's typically dry during the night and all of a sudden they're bedwetting. If you have a child who loved soccer, who now will not go to soccer. Those are maybe red flags, may not be, but there's certainly an occasion for a parent to be curious.
I gotcha.
Tell me more about that.
Sure.
Why don't you want to go to soccer anymore? And that'll provide that communication and that safe place for your child to offer up information that might be helpful.
Amazing. Well, all the work you're doing is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for families who want to learn more about child education or resources that you guys have available, where can our viewers go?
Our website. There's some wonderful tip sheets available for parents on how to respond if your child discloses, questions to ask before you drop your child off at any school activity, after school activity, some good questions to ask to make sure that that organization has good protection policies in place.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask that. That is a really important role for caregivers. You want to know what protections they have in place, what policies, what training does the staff have, what's the ratio of adult to children. All those questions are very appropriate for parents to be asking right now.
Awesome. Well, you heard it right here. Thank you so much for joining
You're welcome.
us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back right after this.